Anyway, what's happening, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. In this one, we're going to talk about how I made $800 trading the NASDAQ. Well, $270 across 3 accounts. So $800 trading the NASDAQ. Vigo himself is the trade I took. Now we're going to go over bias and overall what we're looking at coming into today. So I'll start with getting rid of all this shite, and we'll go to where New York AM opened. So here, right, so coming into today, I was overall pretty bullish. I wasn't thinking that we were going to come down lower than this. I assumed that this right here was going to be low of the day. So if we look at higher time frame, we've got these buy side draws here, and in the previous week high, which we did SMT with ES. ES was the leading pair here and took out these highs already, so I was aware of this SMT that we had here, and I did keep it in mind, but I wasn't expecting price to respect this SMT. I was expecting price to continue higher because we're in this overall high time frame market maker buy model. So that's why my bias. Like, my bias this whole week's been quite bullish due to this, and just overall price action, we're moving heavily higher. So I'm not expecting big retracements. I'm expecting big pushes, right? So then coming into the hourly time frame, we had Asia low here at a 1 hour, and we had a 15-minute below that. I was looking for maybe a buy out there, but I didn't expect price to come lower than that. So on pre-market, we had taken out London low, and then we SMT'd Asia low with ES, making this a sponsored low here, which it wasn't a session low or anything like that, but this low is sponsored. So I wasn't really expecting price to come back down here, especially because we have that SMT. And then we also respected a 4 hour, which was created with London low. You can see that there. So yeah, we respected that 4 hour. And then we ended up rallying up a bit, edging London high. And then when market opened, we ended up coming up, taking out London high. And then we did, to be fair, we did leave a lot of low resistance liquidity here. So shorts down to this unfilled 15-minute, I wasn't going to say no to. We did get an opportunity, but I never ended up taking it because one top step fucking crashed. So top step ended up going down, which was unfortunate. Is my camera still on that, John? Get that tape buck. Yeah, so top step shut down, or like crashed or whatever. So there was no I couldn't get into this trade, which was unfortunate. As well as that, I was looking at the 3-minute inversion, not the 4-minute inversion, so that was also another reason why I never ended up taking it, because the 3-minute was just way too low. So anyway, fall market open, we came up, we swept out London high, holding this SMT still. My shit cut out again. I've actually just tried to do this twice, so I'm really fed up at this point, so I'm going to try fucking speed through this a little bit. So Paul market open, we came up, swept out London high. There was nothing off this. We came up again, we re-swept it. Here, still holding this bearish SMT, and then we re-swept the high. So now I'm looking for potential short opportunities. Obviously, top step crashed, and I never ended up taking this because I was looking at the 3-minute and not the 4-minute, which is already aware of. So I'll show you the 4-minute. This is the 4-minute inversion right here. So this is what I should have took the trade off of, and then I should have just entered here, but I was looking at 3-minute because, to be honest, like 4 minutes, I don't really like 4-minute inversions. Every time I've tried to take a 4-minute, it's kind of just fucked me over. So I don't really take 4 minutes, but I should have took it on this one. But I wanted to wait for the 3-minute. But yeah, obviously I wouldn't have entered the 3-minute because it was so close to my break even. So yeah, the 4-minute is what you should have took. If you did take it, well done, A+ setup. Fucking W in the chat. So you would have entered here, and then you would have just targeted all this low resistance liquidity, probably just to the unfilled 15-minute, and then that's fill TP. Easy as that, easy as that. And then that was that trade. Now, for the trade I did take, I wasn't too concerned about this high time frame bearish SMT because overall we're bullish, market maker buy model. I want to see these buy side liquidity get hit, and we're also, from the top of where we had went, we were only like 40 points off, 30 points away. So I'm really expecting this to get hit, especially that we've held this low and we're respecting this 15-minute and we're getting nice reactions off of it. I want to just see something happen. I want confirmation of a long opportunity. So I then set this 5 minute as my condition. If we inverse this 5 minute, I can potentially look for longs towards those buy side levels. So I ended up fucking a bit for a bit. Came down, we created this breaker block here. And then we also still had the 5 minute untouched. So I wanted to see maybe price come inverse this 5, and then we can cover the breaker block as our low. So I would have put my stop loss here at the bottom of this breaker block, because if price is going to push past this bit, it's most likely going to push past that and then take you out. So there's no need to put your stop loss at the body. You can just get a bit of a better RR and then just cover it at the wick. You could also arguably cover it at the body, but I'd say the wick's a bit safer. But if you do want to cover it at the body, you definitely can. So yeah, and then I would have had, this is my break even, TP1 and then TP2 all the way up here. That trade did end up playing. We ended up inversing, or we just edged it actually, but I would have probably took it anyway. My pal did take this, but he closed it. And then with the trade I actually ended up taking, so we ended up coming up, creating a 5 minute, and then we tapped into this 5 minutes. So now I'm scaling into the lower time frame for a bit of time frame alignment, trying to align time frames here, and get like a better trade, a better entry with a tighter stop, and more points really. Well, not points, but more of a RR. So yeah, this the 5 minute trade would have still played it as well, but to get a better entry, you would have went to the 1 minute. So we had this 5 minute for value gap here, and then we traded into it. We came down, we respected it, and we also created this breaker block on the 1 minute. So now using time frame alignment, the exact thing that happened on the 5 minute is now happening on the 1 minute. So we have this 1 minute for value gap up here, which caused this breaker block to be formed because there was no inversion within this new leg here. So now we've got that breaker block as our line of defense in the CISD. So I waited for this to get inverse. I got a pretty shit fill. I entered on the close, but I ended up entering me at the top of the wick for some reason. So I was gonna originally put my stop loss here, but I ended up putting it here because I got a shitter fill. Which arguably worked out. Like, you can put your stop loss here or here. It just depends how much conviction you've got in the trade. But the fact that we respected the 5 and we pushed up so many bullish candles, it was like, right, we're probably going to go higher. And then we also tapped the CISD and the breaker block and then inversed the fair value gap. So I was like pretty confident with this trade. Break even at the first internal structure, and then TP1 at that buy side, and then TP2 at 310 at that high time frame buy side draw on liquidity. Now we're still holding the bullish S&T obviously. High time frame is bullish. We just inversed this 5 minute, respected this 5 minutes. So time frame alignment is telling me we're probably going to continue higher. So now I've entered this trade here. Came super close to my stop loss, tapped the CISD and the breaker, and then just fucked off. Super nice bullish reaction off that, which I liked a lot. And then we ended up just pushing up. I went break even there, and then we ended up pushing. Now I ended up trailing my stop loss here because I de-risked on this. I only risked 150 on this trade, so I trailed my stop here, and a bit in profit. I wanted to trail it just to where I'd have enough to secure another winning day for a payout, which I ended up doing. And then I wanted to really see this 310 level get hit. Price did end up trailing. My pal ended up entering a standard deviation short around here, so I ended up moving my stop loss to the body, like the wick of this down close candle. I ended up fucking about for a bit, and then I ended up getting stopped on this candle here, and then that took me out of the trade. I ended up making 276 on that across 3 accounts, and then I also I would have made 376 if I had left it to this 310 level up here, this buy side up here. But because I trailed it, because my pal obviously took a trade in the opposite direction of me, and I trusted his analysis. I was like, I'm just gonna trail it, so I ended up losing 100. Of like the total take profit that I wanted, but that's fine. I'm not bothered about that. And I ended up running, and then it ended up running to full TP all the way up to this buy side up here, which was really nice. But I never ended up holding. It would have been like a 4.6 RR, but I'm just not gonna hold through the whole like lunchtime, or not lunchtime, but like the after AM session. Now, the reason I de-risked on this trade as well is because we were so close to 11 a.m. opening. I didn't want 11 a.m. to open lower, or like open higher and then close lower to break, like take me out. So I wanted to de-risk just to make sure that that wouldn't happen. So I risked 150 instead of 250. So it probably ended up causing me to lose about 600-700 in profit, which is a good bit to be fair. But I still made, so I'm not too bothered. But super nice trade this, just using time frame alignment. What happened on the higher time frame happened on the lower time frame, and I capitalized on that, getting a nice trade. So this is the P&L across 3 accounts. This account's cooking. Bosh. Win rate is fucking flying. I took an L on Tuesday. Stupid L. I shouldn't have took the trade. That's why I never posted about it, because it was just me trying to force a trade and there was nothing to really trade. So I never ended up posting anything about that. So the winning streak is over, but we're going to just start a new winning streak just because I decided. This week's been pretty slow for me, to be fair. No trades tomorrow because it's a bank holiday, bank holiday in US, Thanksgiving. And then we'll come back on Friday. Friday's been pretty decent in the past week or two, so hopefully Friday is pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty much my rundown of the market. It might be a bit scuffed because I'm pure like putting 2 videos together, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. You should get the idea, right? In a bit, lads, in a bit.